End of turn 6. Do you want to know what happened? Yes, that's right. The Germans took it. And they held it for a turn, so they won. It's the start of their turn now, turn 7. They just rolled reasonably well, nothing spectacular, but wiped out all these Allied forces that were there and had quite a few surviving. And of course the Allies at that stage had no land forces to counterattack with because they dumped the ones they did have into the United Kingdom already. Not much happened over in the Soviet Union or North Africa because of course once the Germans had done that and it was obvious that nothing could counterattack, the Soviets just bought some more tanks. So if the war continued, they would start to push the Germans out. But of course, with the Brits out of the war, well, not out of the war, of course, because they're starting to build up stuff over here now. I didn't bother putting the American reinforcements on, but they would have a big pile. And the question is, would they ever be able to mount a sufficient counterattack over the Atlantic Ocean? It would probably give the Germans, I might even continue to play, maybe not. The one thing that I did do, though, was the large American fleet, 6 destroyers, transport and a battleship, ploughed across into the German fleet. And I thought to myself, especially with the lack of American air cover from the United Kingdom, because of course what was there all got killed, it made it a bit closer. And I was thinking, because the Germans had 6 transports in the Kriegsmarine, and of course they soaked up all the fire. And so, they lost all 6 transports. They lost 2 of their destroyers, but the battleship and 1 destroyer survived and managed to take out the American fleet, which was 7 destroyers or something, 6 destroyers, I can't remember, and a battleship, as I said. So, now a really interesting game. Solo is always interesting. I like it, and I think. Could you play the Allies harder is a critical question. And I think I did a pretty good job of pushing them hard. They didn't really... The Russians could have been possibly more aggressive in counter-attacking down here. But I don't know, you see, because for a while there, they only had infantry, and they're hopeless at attacking. And it's only been in the last turn or two that they've had any tanks at all, and now they're starting to match the German number of tanks. In this next turn or the turn after, they could probably look at counter-attacking, without just getting wiped out in return. But there wasn't really an opportunity for them to do much. In any case, it wouldn't have made much difference. And here in North Africa, could the British have done more? Could I have done something with those ships? Well, because I kept Germans here in South Italy and in Greece, there was no easy sort of pick a couple of infantry up and start rolling up these countries. And of course, if I'd picked a couple of infantry up from here, then these guys here would have had a crack into them. So they chose just to sit there, and I don't really regret that. And unless there was an opportunity to invade into, obviously the opportunity would have been to take North Africa, but they didn't have the strength for that. So no, it's a good game. Plenty going on. German victory, and good to see.